the clip being released by Ryan Reynolds, who he confirms, Gambit survived, but also that clip is canon because it's actually in the back of the monitors in the TVA, as he also points it out. So Gambit survived the ending of Deadpool and Wolverine, and this is
that's really unfortunate.
Boo! Everybody, boo this man! Boo this man! Nah, Channing Tatum was perfect. Outside the fact that he's too stocky, so he looked much wider than he's supposed to be tall.
Outside the fact that this Gambit clearly wasn't serious and should not ever be carried on forward. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, I chalk that up to the line. He says that he doesn't even know how long he's been here, so he's just kind of like lost his mind. That's what I'm going with, because he was a little over.
I think the unintelligible accent as well. The clear, we're gonna overdo this thing.
I do gotta ask you: have you ever met a legit Cajun person?
No, I haven't, and I'm well aware. Well, though I am well aware, despite that the accent is insanely thick.
Yeah, so
it does come across as we are taking the piss slightly.
Right. So I do live in the United States, just like Tristan, and I live way up north. But a lot of people from the South and Louisiana move up here, and some of them still have some of their accents, and I've heard a couple of them talk. And I was just like, you might as well be talking Bosnian to me because, oh my God, we are on different levels. Because essentially they were like this, just not as hamming it up, So I personally, I like Channing Tatum as Gambit. I think this is like a scene to set him up for his return in Secret Wars. Right? Like,
I mean, that's fine. If it's Secret Wars, that's fine. I refuse to live in a world where Tatum is the main Gambit. I would not allow that to happen.
But you don't understand. He's Gambit, and then we're gonna get Alexandra Daddario to be Rogue.
Oh.
And then they're both gonna be 45-year-olds playing these characters that should be teenagers. You don't understand this, Mitch. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they did that, and it's just like a little thing for Secret Wars. But
same, yeah.
Like the whole thing going forward, like nah.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm kind of at. Like, I want to see him back for Secret Wars, maybe Doomsday. I don't need him back full time permanently. That's not what it's about. You want to give that role to somebody that's younger and up and coming that can do this for another 15, 20 years. So it's.
And someone who doesn't look ridiculous in the suit. I know Gambit suit's ridiculous anyway, but
it's just because he's so stocky. Like he's he's so. Again, it's that short person. The moment they try to put on muscle syndrome, they get wide, right? And tall people get like lean.
Wide though.
Yeah, so it's like he looks super wide and stocky, and you're like, this is a little weird. But
he's both tall and wide. It's a strange.
Yeah.
Mans is just a square. There's no rectangle. There's no triangle. He's just a square.
It's true. Which again, I want to see what they can do with his return.
Not a lot. It'd be the same thing as Deadpool, which was just he talks funny.
I mean, you can already see, like, you can envision him interacting with some of the proper MCU characters and how they're gonna do the Marvel humor. It's
he'll be like the Portal scene, right? He'll walk through it, he'll say the line, and he will never be seen again.
Yeah,
that is literally going to be all he does. And then
he has to repeat, "I'm about to make a name for myself."
Exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Instead of on your left, it would be woo. It's like, oh, okay, he's Gambit.
Oh no, Russo brothers, take notes.
Pass notes of not what to do. I beg.
If this was Sony, they'd be like genius. $3 billion at the box office.
Yeah, they'd make an entire movie about it.
Entire movie about how he goes woo. I could see it though. I could see it.
Thank God they don't own the X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, they could have owned all of it, crazy enough, but they passed on it, so we dodged that bullet. Yeah. Really dodged that one. So, Tristan, any closing thoughts on Gambit surviving Deadpool and Wolverine and what you want to see from him, if anything?
Not really. Like, it was cool that, he got to play Gambit after what, like, I want to, what, 10 years?
It's
Yeah.
about that, yeah.
That he want like he wanted to play the character, and it's like, I'm happy he got to, but like that's not what I would potentially want to get out of Gambit, even though Cajuns have that thick accent. So if you're not around that sphere of the United States, you might as well just speaking gibberish to other people because they won't know what you're talking about.
Have you met any European? Any mainland European? They all speak gibberish.
But he talked really, really slow, so people could apparently people could understand
That's
him.
true,
so.
Yeah. Also, I'd want a Gambit that actually acts like Gambit. Like Tatum's Gambit doesn't act like Gambit in the slightest.
No, not at all. No.
It's just like, cool. He has the cards and the stick, and he speaks funny.
And what's
Gambit's slightly more than that.
Like, yeah, and I've entered the phase where I've seen it online, and I'm like, we're not doing this. Where people are now just like, Channing was bad. They should bring back Taylor Kitsch. I'm like, no.
I mean, I'm down for Kitsch. I'm down for it.
He wasn't bad for that version, but
he acted like Gambit at least.
He hasn't acted since like John Carter bombed. So
I mean,
what does he?
I know someone else has done. He's got to be alive. But you say that, like, what's his name in the Blue People movie? That Cameron's resorted himself to making for the rest of his life. He only does those one movies.
That's true. Bro, Taylor Kitsch looks like Kraven the Hunter. What?
Oh.
Like, legit, it's like a stand-in for Aaron Taylor Johnson. Maybe he's a stunt double. I don't know.
And it's a shame we can't get anyone else now because Sony decides to use him.
So, Gambit survived. We're going to know more inevitably soon enough. So, I guess that's it for that. So, stay tuned.
I hope Robert Downey Jr. kills Gambit.